IRS.
I will have opportunity to work a rollout plan, in particular to make sure that there's no one, in a sense, caught in the system of moving from overseas to our airports, which happened on the first release.
That is John Kelly, and that man is out talking about the new policy that the administration is forging with deporting illegal immigrants. Aaron Katersky is following this story. Good morning, Aaron.
Well, good morning. Yeah, he's talking about really two separate things. One, the replacement of the executive order that President Trump mentioned last week. That's coming as early as Tuesday, where the administration is going to try to keep as many of the travel restrictions in place while skirting the ire of the courts, which have put his what critics call a Muslim ban on hold. This new order, we think, would reverse the previous directive's inclusion of green card holders. The other thing the secretary is doing is he's really expanding the scope of enforcement by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Border Patrol agents, to really remove more immigrants than had been done under previous administrations. And this would eliminate certain restrictions on detention and deportation policies that President Obama had put into place.
So one of the things that is being floated about is the use of, as you say, enforcement agents, but also, did I hear local police are going to be involved in this?
Well, this is something that was started actually under the Clinton administration, expanded under the Bush administration, retracted under the Obama administration, and now looking to be expanded again by President Trump. They would enlist the help of local police to tip off federal agents to immigrants who could be detained or could be deported, depending on their status. Many in so-called sanctuary cities said their police would not participate, but this aims to effectively deputize the local police as federal border patrol agents. Not possibly quite that far, but right now 32 jurisdictions in 16 states participate, and Homeland Security Secretary Kelly is trying to expand that to what he calls the greatest extent practical.
So during the Obama administration, it seemed like there were different classifications of illegal immigrants. Under the Trump rhetoric or Trump campaign, he sort of put, if you're here illegally, regardless of how you got here illegally, we're coming after you. He seemed to hedge his bets the last couple of days. Do we have any idea if he's going to prioritize one illegal immigrant from another?
No, I mean, I think he still says that he would focus on criminals, but as President Obama did. But this also gives, as you say, the federal agents a little more leeway to detain and immediately deport immigrants who've been here illegally under all sorts of circumstances if they're caught. Previously, you could only go for expedited removal. In other words, detain and immediately deport immigrants who were caught within 14 days of arrival and within 100 miles from the border. Now, under Secretary Kelly's draft rules, those restrictions would be lifted. So immigrants who've been here up to 2 years and found anywhere in the nation could be immediately deported. And critics say that could cause hundreds of thousands of more deportations than we've seen in recent years. And to other critics, it paints all immigrants, as you say, with a much broader brush.
Right, and you can't just take. I mean, can you just take 11 million people or thousands of people out of a community and not have a ripple effect of people showing up, not cutting lawns and fixing roofs and making sandwiches? I mean, that would be a strain on the economy, considering we're in such a tight labor market as it is.
And we saw sort of an effort to try and demonstrate the power and the scope of immigrant communities in the country last week with certain rallies to sort of flex that $9 billion spending muscle. But President Trump has been, most recently at his campaign-style rally in Florida, saying that we will have strong borders again. And to him, that means as he put it, get him the hell out of here.
Yeah, no, this is what he wants, and he won, and so when you win, that's what you get to do. When are they planning on signing this, and when are they planning on rolling it out?
Well, the White House has said that these draft orders, which kind of made the rounds over the weekend, have not been officially signed off on. So it looks like This is just, I don't know if these are trial balloons or what, but these are the orders that Secretary Kelly has signed. They were dated the 17th of February, but the White House said they haven't been fully implemented. So it's not clear when all of this starts. It also, these draft orders call for the hiring of 10,000 more Border Patrol agents. So that would presumably take some time.
Aaron Katersky, have yourself a good week. Thanks for checking in.
You too, McGraw.
625, Big 550.